Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Casey Cox. Alongside me, it's been a long time. It's my good partner, Colin Zink. How you doing tonight, Colin?
Oh, I'm good. Ready for some high school football.
And that's exactly what we got in the mix tonight for you guys. It's Oklahoma semifinal action here tonight. We're going to mainly focus on Class A1, your Tonkawa Buccaneers versus the Pocola Indians. But we are going to bounce around the NFHS and Max Preps, check out some other scores. Um, as I bounce around to some other games, I'll give some updates as to like what's going on and how bad the whooping is one side or the other. Not going to do any play-by-play, not going to do any color commentary tonight. It's just we're going to sit here, we're going to watch some football. We're going to live react and talk about what we're seeing, and maybe at halftime talk about some things we think might need to change. Right now, they're getting ready to start the kickoff to the Heritage Hall versus Lincoln Christian Class 3A semifinal taking place in Oklahoma City tonight. Heritage Hall, a very, very tough traditional high school football program right there out of the Oklahoma City area. Lincoln Christian, I believe, is a Tulsa area school, if I'm not mistaken, and also a fairly dominant private school in Class 3A.
Yeah, Heritage Hall's always been pretty good. I remember going up against them in high school, and the game was over by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Heritage Hall has turned out some of some NFL pros and NFL vets that we know as well. I believe I believe that is where Sanders played his high school ball before he went to Oklahoma State.
And Heritage Hall's also where Sterling Shepard went to high school at as well.
There you go. So they're just showing some pregame stuff right now for this Heritage Hall Lincoln Christian game. Doesn't look like it's quite underway yet. It said
Yeah,
five. It said it was a well, my time 5:45 said 6:45 kickoff, where everything else said 7 o'clock. But it looks like that might have been a mistype on whoever put that in the system, as it looks like everything is going to and makes sense would kick off at 7 p.m. Central Time.
and Conquan and Pocola is just about to get done with the national anthem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm reloading the television to get the game for Tonkawa going here. See, they don't even have the watch now on for that one yet. The
Oh,
NFA is not.
Tonka bought their blow up helmet to run through. Yeah, Tonka was the designated home team in this semifinal matchup.
All right, now, see, kids don't stick around very long, so people Sitting here going, kids in the background will cover in sports. Well, we're not even covering the sports yet because the games ain't even started yet. I set the slab up a little early because I thought there was a game that was going to start early because that's what the schedule said. But we know too that schedules lie sometimes. So
Tonkawa played Minko about 2 weeks ago, and Tonkawa was in a bit of a hole because they were down 12-0 and then 19-7. But then at halftime, the Bucks turned it around, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
and see, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the games I got to watch of the actual Tonkawa broadcast, and I had heard, there's some hard feelings in Tonkawa still for the way that the Kirtley situation was handled. Um, but honestly, seeing the way this coach has come in, I looked him up. I did some research on him. He's got some good, like, smaller high school football coaching experience in the state of Oklahoma. He's had some successful campaigns in other schools that have been known under his helm to do very, very well. So this wasn't just a draw out of the hat. This was somebody that wanted the job, and came in and I think really reignited the Tonkawa Buccaneer football team to the likes of what the fans are used to seeing. They're not used to seeing a team that would easily lay down in the first or second quarter, right? You want them to fight every game, and that's what Tonkawa was used to for many, many years. And toward the end of Kirtley's helm, Kirtley was a great coach, don't get me wrong, and props to the man for sticking around as long as he did and being as successful as he was. But it seemed like toward the end of his career there in Tonkawa, his teams didn't fight as hard when they were down. It seems like once they got down, they gave up.
Yeah.
And now this year, I've seen a lot of spark. Like you said, Minko down 19-7. Used to, for years in that position, it was, oh, we're down 19-7. Here we go again. But now it's, oh, we're down 19-7. We're not out of it yet. It's back to, it almost brought me back to the Steve Love days of when Steve Love coached Tonkawa football before he left and Kirtley took over. He was the one that they won the championships with in the 90s when they were a high caliber, dominant team in the 90s and were known for scoring 70 and 80 points on teams and not batting an eye at it. Like that's what they were known for back then, and it seems like that's what they're starting to become known for again here. As I know they had a pretty good, easy handle of Haskell, it seemed like, in the first round of the playoffs. And then they carried that right on in to this previous round. And I don't believe they really had too much of a hard time. It seemed tough at times, nail biter at times, but they didn't seem to have too tough of a battle. And that might have been the Minko game.
Yeah.
Turned around in the second half, like it was a totally different ball game.
Yeah. Minko's first offensive play of the game was like a 75-yard touchdown run. And I thought at that moment, oh crud, this is gonna be an ugly game. But Tonkawa fought back, and that's what makes them a good high school football team because they don't give up easily.
No, they really don't. Just trying to get these streams to work. Now they're showing that they're live, but I may not be able to do two different games the way I was thinking I was going to be able to. But who's getting the ball to start off there in Tonkawa? Have they done that yet?
Yeah, Pocola won the toss. They deferred, and Tonkawa was receiving.
Nice. Not sure if that's the way you want to start if you're Tonkawa, but
I mean, in my personal opinion, I would kick off to start the game, but you know,
Yeah, no, that's. And we do have the live feed up from NFHS.
Weston Freeman and number 5, Caden Duval.
Freeman and Duval in the backfield for the Bucks as normal to start the game off. You'll hear those names quite a bit tonight.
Pinning up for the Indians tonight, number 11, Logan Dunnigan.
if Conqual wins this game, they're going to the state championship, which will be at UCO in Edmond.
Who do you like for the state championship if Tonopah makes it? Who would you like to see them match up against from that other side of that bracket?
Honestly, I don't really know who's on the other side of the bracket. If I'm being honest with you. But
give me just a second, and I will tell you that too, because I can definitely do that. I just go to OSSSAA.com or dot whatever that is. Go there.
I think one of the teams is Pahuska.
Well, with a good return there to start the game, gets it just beyond, it looked like the 40-yard line before he was brought down, and that's where the Buccaneers will start out.
Buccaneers will have the ball first down and 10.
Let's go sports.
And there's a flag right off the bat. And apparently it was on Pocola because they bring it up 5 more yards, so it's 1st and 5.
Yeah, Pahuska and Rejoice Christian are on the other side of the bracket.
Well, if Pahuska ends up going to the state championship, I feel like Tonkawa is going to route them again like they did their first matchup.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ooh, and Pocola with an early penalty jumping off sides. Definitely not the momentum you want to give the Buccaneers to start the game.
Yeah, but Tonkawa has also had that problem too with jumping off sides on defense. I mean, it's just it's the small things that if they fix those, they'd be a perfect team.
Run up the middle by number 22, Lucas Keith for the Buccaneers.
Lucas Keith for the Buccaneers up the middle. Gets 9 of the 10 yards needed for first down.
First down marker by number 4, Garrett Coach.
And all the players on the Buccaneers team, they all dyed their hair blonde for the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw that. And another handoff and another nice run by that Buccaneer offense. And if that's what you're going to get out of the Buccaneers tonight, it's going to be a long night for this Pocola Indians.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Pocola doesn't know what they're getting into.
By number 4, Garrett Coach. That'll bring a first down and 10 for the Buccaneers at the Indian 44.
They're already in Indian territory at the 44-yard line. 2 plays. And a nice little quick screen pass and catch. Stopped after about a 2-yard gain to Alexander.
Now it's like
you're standing 5'10", 150.
That'll bring up second down and 8 for the Buccaneers.
2nd and 8 now for the Bucks.
Oh, your stream might be a little my stream's a little more forward than yours because mine has them at 3rd and 8.
Yeah, the NFHS stream is probably just a little bit behind, usually by about 15 or 20 seconds.
Brought down by number 11, Logan Dunnigan.
Buccaneers seem to be sticking with their game plan, though, and just run, which seemed to be the game plan most of the season.
Now the Bucks have it like in 4th and maybe a foot or a yard or so, and I'm running it quarterback draw, power, or something to get that first down. It looks like we're in power action.
Are you watching the you're watching the YouTube stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more straightforward, a little more live than what the NFHS stream has a delay of just a little bit. But that's all right, because that gives you time to evaluate a play and then talk about it about the time that I see it. So
Yeah.
I wish I'd get the clock right on this side though, because my clock and my down and distance is not operating. So but a first down there for the Bucks.
Run up the middle by number 22, Lucas Keith. After getting the first down, drop down by number 4, Garrett Boat.
Good little scamper by the quarterback for the Bucks.
Here we go. They're already just outside the red zone. Nice snap and roll. He just said nice scamper. I see what you were saying there. Yeah, that was a nice little scamper there by the quarterback, which it's not the first time we've seen him do that this season either. So,
oh, it's a Buccaneer touchdown.
Run by number 6, Johnson for the Buccaneers.
Spoiled that for you, Casey, but number 22 for the Bucks, the running back, ran it about 30 yards or so into the end zone.
And 5 for the Buccaneers at the Indian 27.
and this is a play you see set up all the time here by the Buccaneers all season long. Just a handoff right there to number 22 in the 27-yard scamper into the end zone. Bucks take an early lead here, 6-0, awaiting the field goal extra point. Pocola did pretty good on defense to try to stay home and make the tackle. But once he gets his feet going and he gets downhill 10, 15 yards before he gets touched, that's game over for him.
Oh, yeah. And looks like the extra point is good. So it's 7-0 Bucks. With just under 8 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And Casey, Pocola's in for a run for their money because, like we already know, Pocola is a tough team to beat.
Yes, I have not been able to see Pocola yet this season and what they've done. I know that they as well beat HIGHSCHOOL earlier on in the season by a fair margin, but it wasn't the 44-7 that the Bucks put up. So we'll see. They have not had very many common opponents this season to look at on the schedule and go, well, the Bucks played them and beat them by 50. Pocola played them and beat them by 20.
That's what the OSSAA serves to protect. Learn more at protectthepurpose.com.
That Class B2 state championship with, I mean, that was wild. It was a 60-12 score, and apparently those are common in football to get blown out.
Oh yeah, no, they do a mercy rule if you're up by 50 and it's like in the third quarter or something like that.
Number 3 is Zayden Frederick.
And here we go with the
Now we get to see.
Let's see what kind of return Pocola gets here. Kickoff just happening on my side. Pocola gets it about the 20-yard line. He goes to the far edge and out of bounds at just shy of the 30. So Pocola starting fairly deep in their own territory.
Kickoff return by number 21, Brody Merritt.
Oh, Buccola's off to a bad start. Don't know who the quarterback is throwing to.
We're at their own 25.
And the Bucks almost jumped. So they got to watch the ball a little bit better.
I got lucky they didn't get called with the offside there,
Yeah.
as he did jump. I don't think he jumped into the neutral zone, so that's the reason for no flag. But yeah, the quarterback rolls to his right and throws it to Jesus out of bounds. Like Jesus sitting up in the stands as a cheerleader.
Number 60. That'll bring up second down and 10 for the Indians.
Second and 10 Indians. Behind the chains, not where you want to start if you're playing the Tonkawa Buccaneers.
Oh.
There's a handoff, and as I say that, he gets drugged down behind the line for a loss. That'll be third down.
Number 30.
And 12 now
for a loss of the plate, but number 10,
for the Indians. And you definitely letting Tonkawa score the first drive and put up 7. If you're the Indians, you definitely don't want to stall your drive here with a 4 and out and allow the Buccaneers to put their foot on your throat 14-0 early.
Oh, definitely. Pocola's, I give them at least till the second quarter to find something going, or else Pocola just going to keep stomping on their throat.
That incomplete pass is going to bring up just that. A 4th and 13, and the Indians are going to punt. Down 7-0 against a very dominating Tonkawa Buccaneer offense and defense this season. Neither side of the ball has been disappointing. We'll go ahead and look in over here on this 3A matchup here going on between Heritage Hall. Ooh, Tonkawa picks up the punt and across midfield. And in Chiefs territory, or in Indians territory.
What a great deal to have going there, Coach G. And
Heritage Hall, Lincoln Christian, 0-0 right now in the first quarter. 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go. And the Heritage Hall Chargers on offense trying to punch it into the end zone.
Yeah.
And that's a flag, and that's probably a false start against Heritage Hall looking at that one.
Pocola just gifted Tonkawa with that. I mean, Tonkawa was set up beautifully.
We do have a weapon in Bo Butler on the sideline.
There's another first down for Tonkawa.
So here we go. It's over here at this game, the Hall and Lincoln Christian tied 0-0. Flag was just thrown. It was a false start for the Chargers. No, it wasn't. It was a false start or offsides. Chargers get first down. First and goal. And the ball up for Thomas and incomplete in the end zone. Will be second down for the Hall.
Did a pretty good job of stopping the run. Tonkawa tried to run it up the middle, and he got nowhere. So it's a second
Bucks already at the Indian 26 here, looking to put another one into the end zone and take an early 14-0 lead. And you know what? You keep me going on that Buccaneer game. I'm going to switch it over to the YouTube. To the YouTube feed so that I have better scoring time and down, because none of that is working on NFHS's side right now. It's all zeros, even the score. So NFHS score bug is not working. So that's what you're hearing is my YouTube firing up here on the TV.
Looks like it'll be about 4th and 6 for Tonkawa from Pocola's 21-yard line, and they're going for it. And they tried the hard count, but they didn't move. Pocola's defense didn't move.
Here we go.
Oh, there's a little bit of a shift.
That keep to his right.
All right, here we go.
Maybe try for a hard count here. Try to throw him off sides. They do got a kicker. He can kick.
I don't really like this scorebook that YouTube's got going on down in the bottom
They
either,
tried
though.
to do a shift, and now
That is a very, very, very small.
We're gonna have a timeout.
Oh, that's just
Try
a
to shift and throw
scoreboard
them
in a
off
different
sides.
screen is what they're doing. Okay.
See what they come out here. Maybe looking to kick it.
Looks like they take.
Tonkawa does have a kicker that can kick.
We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back. This is Pocola Indians Network.
Yeah, see, the NFHS is seeming to have some issues tonight as the Heritage Hall game has just went down.
Custom designs that can be made to any shape, size, or color. Commercial, monument, headstones, signage, or residential landscape enhancements. Older designs stand out from the crowd and are custom made just for you.
Oh, Lincoln Christian took the ball back from Heritage Hall, and now Lincoln Christian is on the move.
Huh.
6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Lincoln Christian.
I will be surprised if Heritage Hall loses that game.
I will too. I think Heritage Hall is the favorite across the board. Take a look into the Class 4A game. Cushing High School, Elgin High School. Elgin up right now 7-0 early in the first quarter.
Wait, Tonkawa kicks it like a field goal, and it is good. So it's about a
From San Diego,
35-yard field goal for the Bucks, and they now lead 10-0 on Pocola.
a 37-yard field.
That's
Haven't
what
seen
they
that
have.
this year.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ended up a few seconds behind, but I did. Okay. I think I'm live now. I think Elgin, I don't know if Elgin or Cushing has the ball right now.
Capped off by that field goal there.
That was Elgin, and Elgin just made a big play down into the
Yeah, they
red
scored,
zone.
but we stopped them from scoring a touchdown. So I mean,
Yeah, let's see how Pocola's offense comes out here.
see if we can.
Elgin looking to go up 14-0 in the first quarter of the Class 4A semifinal.
I kind of like
One of the two going on here tonight.
You know, he caught it on
Into the end
far side
zone.
ran all across the field.
Arms in the air, touchdown.
You know, I'd like to see a catch, start running towards the other side. I mean, if he could just make him think he's going that way.
Pretty sure that's the Elgin Owls
He could cut it back
in the white and the
go back
red,
opposite way, make them change
Cushing in the
direction.
black and orange.
Let's see what kind of kick return we got. You do have to be careful. They like to bunch up here. And they
Yep,
will run
Elgin
the ball
up now,
stop,
14-0.
just like that.
6:39 left in the first quarter.
Tonkawa kind of with a little pooch kick, and
So, approach
they
kick.
give Pocola a decent field position.
Is that Barry? No, that's Parker. And he'll be hit, tackled around the 31, no, sorry, 36.
That one's there is a 6A game going on tonight. 6A2 championship.
Right there. Hit the
In
right there.
Edmond.
Look it up.
It is, let's see who this is. I didn't realize. Charles Page High School and Choctaw High School going at it for the 6A2 title.
Last offensive series.
Yeah.
They're showing a replay. So the score
What
ain't
a
on that
hit.
one. Wow, that was nice. Lit him up, Chuck.
Screen pass out to Songbird, and it's going to be red.
The Choctaw Yellow Jackets on top. of the Sand Springs Sandites.
It's gonna be a loss of almost 10 on the play.
7-0.
20 now.
Just under 5 minutes to go in the first there in the 6A2
Second 17.
state championship game. Still early there with Choctaw on top.
Posey looks to the sideline to get the call. Trips right. He's going to
Second and a long 17
Dryas out.
right now for
We got
Pocola.
four receivers to the right.
This Tonopah defense has been stout all year long as they get after the quarterback,
Brody Merritt to the
but
50.
he finds a wide
And
open
he's gonna
receiver
be
across
tackled right
midfield
And they're gonna
and
call
down
a
into
flag.
Buccaneer
That's gonna be a personal
territory.
foul on the
But
Buccaneers.
there's a flag though. There's
There's a flag.
couple
There is a flag. I did
Looks
see
like
that.
conduct.
Yeah, Brody was able to get out there, open window, able to make a play there. Late hit. I think they might call that a helmet to helmet. That's what it looked like.
And I think they got him for kind of picked him up and threw him down.
Here we go. Let's go to 2A real quick. Take a look in at Davis High School and Vian High School. It's 0-0 at the start of the second quarter there.
So they're going to tack on 15 to the catch. And that's going to be Pocola's first
And the
down
other
by
side of the 4A
CDT
bracket, you have Broken Bow High School and Tuttle. And the Tuttle High School is up 7-0 with 3:13 left, it looks like, in the first quarter. So Tuttle up nearing the end of the first quarter, up 7-0 there in that 4A title match, or in that 4A matchup.
Trips right. Bird zone in the backfield.
Here's in our own backyard,
Snap it. Looks to his right. It's going to be
2A state semifinal in Ponca City.
20-yard line.
Stroud versus
Right at the
Adair.
20, so.
And Adair right now is up 8-7 with 6:20 to go in the first.
Brought to you by Sandia T Properties.
Stroud with the ball,
Reviving spaces.
and their wide receiver gets a good run inside the 10-yard line or just outside the 10-yard line where it'll be first down and 10.
oh,
Stroud.
Talk like a flag for pass interference in the end zone.
And they're going to call it. Nice play there.
Yeah, that was clearly
great
pass
by
interference.
Throwing his hands up. Receiver not letting him.
In Class A
defender,
2,
defensive back not allowed.
we have Allen High School in Hominy going at it.
Was running out of time there.
3:07 left in the first quarter. Allen is up 7-0 over Hominy.
Trying to say it was uncatchable, but it's clearly
It
some
could have been
contact there.
catchable had he not
Yeah.
blocked his. There wouldn't have been a wall there, not letting him get back to it.
See, this
I like
2A1 between Jones and Marlowe. Jones is up 6-0 over Marlowe
10-yard line, and so it's going to be
with just over
first
3
and
minutes to
goal
go
for the Indians.
in the first quarter. I believe Marlowe just intercepted the ball. Nope, that was Jones. Jones just intercepted the ball. So Jones with the ball back. You also have Oklahoma Christian School in Washington in 2A going at it tonight. And Washington is up 14-0 at what appears to be the end of the first quarter versus OCS.
Posey.
And there's a flag down. It might be on Pocola for. Yep, it's on Pocola for a false start, so they'll back that up.
Perkins Tryon Sulphur taking place tonight. That one is 0-0 as we get to the end of the first. Whoa, no, never mind. Take that back. Video just loaded. And it is, I believe that is Sulphur that just scored the touchdown to go up 6-0 with 8 seconds left in the first quarter.
Dryas in the backfield with Posey. He sends Dryas out. And Posey
And
gets
Pocola scored a touchdown.
and a great play and great call there by the Pocola coaches.
Wow,
Great
Pocola
execution
with a touchdown and an answer
by the Indians.
to the
Touchdown
Buccaneers.
Posey.
Courtesy of the Buccaneers.
A field goal makes it 10-0 instead of 14-0.
Replay here.
And then they come back and answer with a
Free
touchdown,
safety. Did he go
trying to
with-
make it 10-7
Come on,
and a
back to go with
3-point
drive.
game.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
He
that
did.
motion.
They were in man. So great heads up play and call there by the coaches.
Yeah, see, the other two games are 5A tomorrow. Looks to be Carl Albert and Mustang, maybe. And then Owasso and one of the other schools over there for 6A1.
We needed that after that.
It's the
first play
6A1
drive,
title game
first
tomorrow
play,
night.
punting the ball. Your touchdown brought to you by Amanda Cox Rassabong, attorney at law. Your advocate.
Pocola didn't get the extra point, so Tonkawa leads by 4.
5-play drive
there
there,
we
2
go.
minutes, 4 passes, 1 run over there. There with the 15-yard touchdown run. That was big.
That was big.
Yep. Sulphur's up now 8-0 over Perkins Tryon as they scored and got the 2-point conversion.
Pocola taking advantage of
Lincoln Christian over the Hall now 7-0 with a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Over in that 3A game that I'm going to be paying pretty close attention to tonight, just because that's a very good team over there in that Heritage Hall team. There's not very many games that they lose. There's not very many games that they could even lose because there's not very many teams that can keep up with their caliber.
And Rejoice Christian is up 14-6 on Pahuska.
Goff felt that pressure, had to get it.
That one I think is going to go down to the wire. Rejoice Christian had kind of a walkover game last weekend where they really didn't. Whatever team they played didn't show up to play, and they wiped them off the turf in the first half. I think they goose-egged the team they played last week.
To his right.
Did Rejoice.
Kicks it away. It's going to be a bouncer.
To me, Rejoice Christian is the scarier team of those two. If you're looking from the Tonkawa Buccaneers side.
Yeah.
Finally around the
Rejoice Christian is, of course, it's one of those, it's a smaller Christian school, but it is a Christian school, so they do get a little bit of that private money, so it makes them harder to play and harder to beat.
Yeah.
But not as hard as, say, like an Oklahoma Christian school, which that's another game I'm going to be paying attention tonight to, that OCS game over there, being that they're usually pretty dominant no matter who they play, and they're down early here in the first quarter.
So it's going to be holding on the Buccaneers. So
holding on the Bucks, and they back them up.
It's going to be
wow.
The 25-yard. So.
See, it's the little things for Tonkawa. If they can just clean that up a bit, then they'll be fine. But it's the small things they need to take care of. Oh, it's a good little run right there. Gets a first down.
He's going to turn around, hand it off to his tailback. He's going to be hit. He spins, gets away.
He was Tyson, 1 or 2 tackles away from breaking that all the way.
Oh, yeah, he was. I thought he was gone, honestly, but got picked up right there.
So Keith, he's going to have the first down. Gets to the 36-yard line.
.225 and rolling on the clock here. First quarter.
Hands it off to Keith again.
Another handoff to Keith.
Has to cut it back inside. Tyson
cuts inside to the middle.
He's able to kick up another 5 yards. So
gets down to the 39-yard line where they'll mark him, or the 41-yard line, excuse me, where they'll mark him down.
Offensive line just getting that push.
I think Pocola needs to pass the ball a little more, because if they keep running the ball so much like they are, then Pocola's going to catch on to that.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, I want to see if Pocola's defensive stamina and defensive conditioning is good enough to stay with Tonkawa's speed on offense during the whole game.
Oh, man, if he would have looked up, he could have caught that.
It's going to be 3rd and 5 after a luckily tip and knockdown ball.
If he would have just looked up, he could have ran right underneath that. He had no idea where the ball was. Man, that could have been a huge break for the Indians. He would have walked into the end zone.
Still brings up a 3rd down and 5. Big situation here for the Indians. Let's get it.
We can get a stop here. Yeah. We can force them to punt. get the ball back. Minute 39 right now left here in the first period.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest line that we've seen all year as far as
By
our
far.
opponents.
You
Yeah.
don't want to put here if you're Tonkawa. Because if you can't, you're giving all that momentum back to Pocola.
Size-wise.
Watch out for the hard count here.
Hey, this is not.
And it's going to be.
You're watching the Tonkwall version of the stream, aren't
Have
you?
enough for the first down.
Yep.
Cole unable to get off the field there.
You got that same guy from KQSN calling the game?
I don't know. I have it on mute.
Oh, you have it on mute?
Yeah.
Because I was watching it, but that definitely was not the Tonkwall broadcast. That was the fucking Pocola Indian broadcast. There we go. There's the Buccaneer broadcast. I was fucking watching their amateur radio broadcast, I guess. It was like, we can force them to punt here. I was like, wait a minute, who's? Oh, that's okay. That's the Pocola broadcast. Now I'm probably more in sync with what your video is because their video was off of yours just a little bit. There, so now you should be able to hear. Yeah, they don't have. Just remember this name, Flash Media Sports. In a few years, these little away games like this, where there isn't even a radio broadcast.
Yeah.
That game is going to change.
A screen pass. I mean, that's a big gain, and he is gone. Well, he's going to get tackled, but if he had a little bit more speed, he would have been gone.
Nice chase down from the Pocola defender, though, to stop that from getting into the end zone. If not for that little speedy demon,
There's a flag. There's a flag.
That definitely would have been a touchdown, though.
And
Let's
it's
see where
coming
the
back.
flag goes.
I assume it was holding. Yep, it's holding.
That would be my assumption, too. Yep, holding. Offense. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10-6, Bucks up.
And you can hear the boos from the Bucks fans.
Ooh, Heritage Hall looking to tie it up 7-7 here in the second quarter. They just scored.
Heritage Hall and Lincoln Christian are tied.
Yep. Heritage Hall just tied that one up with just over 10.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
You know, that's the only game I can't find footage on now that you say that. Is that Rejoice Christian Pawhuska game. NFHS does not have any footage of that one. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look and see real quick if maybe it is and I just don't see it. I want the Pawhuska broadcast, though. Oh, wow. Okay, Pawhuska doesn't have an NFHS deal. Wait, maybe. Let's go Oklahoma schools.
Tonkawa faced Huska in the regular season, and it was a Squirtle game of the week in Tonkawa, and Tonkawa routed them 32-8, something like that. So if Huska does make it to the state championship game and Tonkawa meets them there, that's going to be another route for Tonkawa.
Yeah, Huska doesn't have any broadcasts. Wonder if Rejoice does. That might be why there's not one. They may not have their stuff.
Well, Elgin is up 21-0 on Cushing.
Yeah, they haven't done anything with Rejoice Christian since 2024. So
Jones up on Marlowe 14-7.
that's Marlowe. Okay, yeah. Bucks take the snap, hand it off. Running back gets about 4 on the carry and is stuffed by the Indian defense.
Tonkawa is going to get a turf field, so they can start working on that this upcoming spring.
Yep.
So right up the middle, the quarterback has some wheels.
Bounces to the inside. Down about the 25-yard line. That's enough for a Buccaneer first down. As the Bucks look to extend their lead here with 10.5 to go in the second quarter. Or first quarter. No, second quarter. My bad.
That's second quarter. And if you're Tonkawa, you want to score a touchdown here. You don't want to just get 3 and get Pocola.
You get held to another 3 here if you're Tonkwall, and you start to wonder what's it going to take.
Yeah.
Brought down after almost no gain there. Maybe a yard or 2. Technically going to call it a 2nd and 9 here for the Bucks. Homony's up on Allen 8-7. Choctaw's up on Sand Springs 7-6. Sealing Walitka 0-0. Davis Vian 0-0. Medford got beat earlier by Ryan 60-30 for that Class B title.
Oh, the quarterback just gets.
Elgin 21, Cushing 0.
Wasn't the quarterback, some Buck player just got thrown down like a rag doll.
Perkins still trails Sulphur 8-0. Jones up 14-7 over Marlowe. I think you just said that one. OCS trailing Washington 20-0 in the second quarter. Stroud trailing 8-7. That's all the scores we have right now. Nice little swing pass. Quarterback's got time, or the receiver's got time. He gets out of bounds. I believe that's Freeman. And that was Freeman on the reception.
Now the Bucks have it like 4th and 8, 4th and 7. So I wonder if they're going to try to kick it again, or they're going to go. It looks like they're going to try to kick it again.
They've got the kicker to be able to kick this. So in this type of game, you take the points early when you can. It's too early to go for it on fourth down and make a big momentum swing like that.
Yeah, and looks like there's a timeout.
Yep,
The
timeout
timeout.
taken. And it is the Bucs timeout. I believe it's their second timeout of the half. And with that, I'm going to take a swing around the scoreboard again. OCS down 20-0 still to Washington, second quarter.
It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury.
The Lincoln Christian game, Heritage Hall game, having all kinds of technical freaking issues tonight.
So you want to create.
Been trying to keep my eye on that one the most.
Traveling down.
And it's been the hardest one to.
For decades, Career Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These
hardest one to keep up with, so.
Of this state's economy. Individuals just like you.
Well, I'm glad I kept my
at Oklahoma Career Tech.
My OSSAA.
And looks like Tonkwall is going to go for it here on fourth down.
After the timeout?
Yeah.
Change of plan there.
Definitely, yeah. And
quarter just getting underway. Lincoln Hall and Heritage Hall. Or Lincoln Christian Heritage Hall. And was that a timeout Pocola? No, it was an incomplete pass, I guess. Turned it over to Pocola.
Yeah, downs. It's not the worst thing in the world if you're Tonkwall, but I mean, points would have helped, obviously.
Oklahoma Christian finally breaking one loose and gets to midfield. Down 20-0 to Washington in the second quarter. See if there's an actual score on Bayan Davis yet. Everything keeps saying 0-0.
Buccaneers defense is starting to Pocola gains about a yard, so it's like 3rd and 6.
It is 0-0. Davis and Bayan nearing halftime as there's 32 seconds and counting on the clock in the second quarter. Neither one of those teams wanting to go away easily tonight. Lincoln Christian up 14-7 now against Heritage Hall. Sulphur up 14-0 over Perkins. Marlowe still trailing 7-14 to Jones. Just told you Washington still up 20-0.
Got a flag down on the play. And it's going to be offsides on Tonkwall. So it's still 3rd down, but it's a 5-yard penalty, so it's 3rd and 1.
Fairland 14, Tallahena 12 in some smaller ball. Hominy 8, Allen 7. Choctaw 14, Sand Springs 6. Pocola stopped.
Pocola got stuck.
Yeah, Medford. When I started that game, when I watched the end of that game earlier today, they were down like 37 to 20 something, and they scored and made it 30 to 37. Ryan ended up beating Medford 60 to 30 by the end of the fourth quarter for the state championship in Class C. That punt goes out of bounds just beyond the 50-yard line. And that's where the Buccaneers will take over on offense. 6:11 to go, second quarter.
And this is where, if you're Tonkwall, you want to start putting the foot down on the throat, because last drive was disappointing. You didn't get points. You decided to go for it on fourth down, and this time it's time to start get something going.
See what this Buck offense brings this drive. Picks up about 5 there. They're going to call it 3. Hey, what's up at David? Thank you for joining in the stream.
It's a good run by Tonkwall's running back. He gets
good chunky
yard on the play.
Buccaneers offense moving this drive. 1st and 10. 5:07 left on the clock. Handoff up the middle again. Gains about 6 or 7. Bring up a 2nd and short here for the Bucks. Go ahead and crank this volume up so everybody can hear kind of maybe the volume of this game.
Okay.
The snap by the quarterback and the handoff. And he stopped after no gain, maybe a yard on the play. See where they mark it.
A yard, it's that. I mean, Tonkwall needs to start throwing the ball, because they can't keep running up the middle every single time.
Well, this is 4th down and 2.
That's
for a long 1.5.
3rd and 3.
Oh, 3rd and 3. Okay, that is correct. 3rd and 3. I thought it was already 3rd and 3. That's what I get for paying attention to multiple games over here on my side.
Little flex bone action. Fans it up to the fullback.
Just enough for the first down.
That's 4th and 2.
Oh, wow. It looked like he got enough, but they said he was short. Let's see what the Bucks do here at 4th and 2. About the 32-yard line.
Got a little.
They're going to go for it. One back in the backfield.
And he is.
There's the take, the keep. He gets enough.
Yeah, the line judge saying he got the
Not
first
enough,
down.
and that's the first down. That should be first down Buccaneers if they mark it properly. Rejoice Christian 14, Pahuska 12. Pahuska just scored, according to Squirtle. Choctaw 14, Sand Springs 12. Some of these games getting just a little closer.
Oh, that's
Total
not a
13,
good score.
Broken Bow 14 into the first quarter. Elgin 28, Cushing 0 in the second quarter. Elgin blowing Cushing away in that 2A game.
Yeah, Cushing's just getting routed. I mean, down 28-0. I mean, that's just crazy.
There you go, Tonkwall Buccaneer offense still on the move and down to the 25-yard line of the Indians.
Another third down situation.
3rd and 4 with 2:14 and the clock ticking to go here in the first half of action. Under 2 minutes
I mean,
now.
it's a touchdown. No, there's a flag. There's a flag.
The throw, and it is a touchdown, but there is the flag. I think they're going to try, that might be pass interference.
If it's pass interference, it's going to be a decline. It's going to be a touchdown.
Right. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be pass interference in the end zone, and he did catch that ball.
And it looks like the officials talking to.
Let's see what they say, yeah, because now they're over there talking to the Tonkwall, one of the Tonkwall coaching staff. Pass interference, defense. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Result of the play, touchdown Buccaneers as they take a 16-6 lead late in the first half. 1:48 on the clock. And if you're a Buccaneer fan in Catoosa tonight, that makes you feel a whole lot better. Lincoln Christian still up 14-7 over Heritage Hall. Sulphur up 14-0 over Perkins. Jones up 20-14 over Marlowe. Just some of the scores coming across the scoreboard ticker now. Pahuska 12, Rejoice Christian 12 still in the second quarter. Fairland 21, Tallahena 12, second quarter. Hominy 16, Allen 7. Sand Springs 12, Choctaw 14. Waletka and Sealing still tied at 0, according to Squirtle. Don't think they've actually updated that one yet because it started earlier than these did, it said. 14-13, Broken Bow over Tuttle right now. Oh, that was not what? So they took the touchdown away from Tonkwall.
Yeah, that was really weird. Because they already called it a touchdown, and I'm confused by that decision.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I wonder if they didn't signal it wrong and it wasn't pass interference Tonka that got called, which would be the only reason you'd wipe that touchdown off the board. But we make up for it right there as the quarterback rambles his way into the end zone. Touchdown. It's now 16-6. And the extra point is good, 17-6, with 1:05 left in the first half. Buccaneers on top. And this is where, if you're Pocola, if you can't answer here with a touchdown, you start to get a little scared and a little worried because now Tonka's got the momentum.
Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming.
Tonka's got all the momentum right now, riding in their favor. So if you're Pocola, you've got to figure something out here to get the answer and try to get yourselves back in this game. Down 11, bad enough. You definitely don't want to put yourself down 14 or even 20 with a mistake right before half. And you know the Tonka defense is going to come out stout, trying to make a quick stand.
Yeah. I mean,
or cause a quick turnover.
Pocola's in some trouble right here. Got 1:05 left in the first half.
Pocola's got all 3 timeouts. Tonka with 1 timeout. So Pocola's only going to stop the clock if they're moving the ball. Tonka cannot stop the ball enough to get it back before halftime. So we'll see how Pocola plays this. He swings out to the outside on the return, gets to midfield. He's got speed and room and finally bounced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They're going to call him down at the 26 of the Buccaneers. And a nice return by Pocola. If you're just joining, this is KHLC Radio Network. We're covering OSSAA Oklahoma High School football semifinals tonight. The main focus, the Tonka Buccaneers and the Pocola Indians. Tonka right now holding the lead 17-6. You can hear the audio in the background, hopefully.
It looks like Pocola has not quite quads, but they have 4 receivers to the right, and there's a flag.
Oh, whatever that flag was, just backed Pocola up.
False start.
I'm going to mute up and let you take the reins for a minute while I take care of something.
Okay. And that false start backs up Pocola about 5 yards. And Bucks defense just swarms after that scramble, and it's a loss of 2. So it's going to be third and long. Sand Springs is up on Choctaw 18 to 14. Broken Bow
Cushing finally got
13.
Cushing finally got on the board, but down 35-6 now. Saw that one pop across my screen. Washington up 20-8 over OCS. Stroud up or down 14-16 to 8 there. Vian now up 7-0 at halftime over Davis. So finally, somebody breaks the seal and scores a tutty over there in that game. That is a strange score to see there. Choctaw and Sand Springs 18-14. Not a score you normally would see in a football game.
Right.
I mean, that's 3 touchdowns with no field goal, with no extra point. So kicker's having a rough night, I think, there. Lincoln Christian still up 14-7 over Heritage Hall. Sulphur up 22-0 over Perkins. Jones trails Marlowe by 1, 21-20.
And there's another flag. Looks like one of the Pocola players picked up that flag and he was going to hand it to the official, but
That
put it
might
back
be another
on the
flag.
ground.
Oh, lined up in the neutral zone on Pocola. That's an offensive mistake.
That's not something you see every day. Encroachment on the offense.
Yep, only happens when your offensive player is dumb enough to put his helmet in the neutral zone. Keep your helmet out of the neutral zone, that don't happen.
Yeah.
Keep your hand out of the neutral zone, that don't happen either. But
Now it's
keep your head
third
in the
and
game, but
long.
not that far in. Coach says keep your head in the game. I don't think he means he needs it that far into the game, though.
Yeah.
Not far enough to cause us penalties, son.
Yeah.
Just far enough to make plays.
Well, there's some confusion on Pocola's offense.
There's been quite a bit of that tonight, it seems like, on the Pocola side. Confusion, not knowing what play is being called. Receiver not knowing what route they're running. Whereas Tonquaw seem to be pretty shored up. They know what they're running, when they're running it, and how they're going to run it.
Yeah.
Mental mistakes when you're against Tonquaw does not help you.
No, it does not. It really doesn't. I mean, Tonquaw has their fair share of mental mistakes, but when you have those kind of mistakes against Tonquaw, you're not gonna have a good day.
No, there are nights where when you play Tonquaw, you dang near have to play a perfect game. And if you don't, you lose as soon as you step off the bus.
Oh, definitely.
For the Pocola Indians, tonight might be that night that they need to play a near perfect game, or they basically lost it stepping off the bus. They get after the quarterback and bring him down in the backfield for a big loss. Now, if you're Tonquaw, you take that time out here on 3rd down, I would think, or on 4th, and you get a chance to get the ball back. Why not take the timeout?
Yeah, they just came after him. It was like almost like send everyone go after him, and
then you did that with 45 seconds left on the clock, and then you just sit here and let it run. It's 4th and 20. Force them to make a 4th down play, even if you're only going to kneel it and take it to the locker room. Like, why would you waste out that right there gave you the chance to get the ball back, and who knows, one play you make something happen, and now you're up 24-6 instead of 17.
Well, at this point, if you're Buccaneers, just throw it deep to the end zone and hope and pray your man catches it.
Yeah. But if I was Tonkwall, I would have been calling that timeout back with like 40-something seconds on the clock. Not with 8. Mute that during the commercials and advertisements. So we got some interesting games going on here tonight. Some very close ones. Pulaski's keeping it close with Rejoice Christian now. There he goes, rolls out. Chunks it to the end zone. Intercepted Tonkwall. And Tonkwall's guys got a chance on the return. But he's brought down about the 25-yard line. And that'll end the first half. Tonkwall 17, Pocola 6. But there is a flag on the play as well. So we'll see what the flag is first before the half ends. And that is the end of the first half. There's a blindside block on the receiving team, the Buccaneers, and it was declined, so that ends the half. Tonkwall up 17-6. Pocola to get the ball first coming out of the locker room. Elgin up 35-6 still over Cushing. Lincoln Christian still 14-7. It's halftime there. Sulphur 22, Perkins 0. It's still the second quarter. Marlowe 21, Jones 20. Washington 20, OCS 8. Still second quarter. Stroud 14, Adair 16, halftime.
Find out more at scordo.com/stream.
So I guess I'll ask you, and I'll kind of let you just take off and run with it for the half. What were your thoughts? Start off with Pocola, with not ever seeing them before. Talk a little bit about what you thought on their offense and their defense and how they came into this game.
I think Pocola came into this game not fully understanding what Tonkawa football is, because I mean, the score speaks for itself. It's 17-6. You're not really able to do much on offense. Your defense is kind of pitiful. I mean, the only time they scored is when Tonkawa gave up yardage on penalties. And, I mean, if Pocola goes back and looks at that Minko and Tonkawa tape, you got to realize, hey, they came back from being down 19-7. We're in for a fight, and Pocola's got to find a different gear or something in the second half if they want to get back in this, because Tonkawa is just starting to run away with this one. And if you're Tonkawa, you got to limit the mental mistakes, like limit the offsides on defense, those little things, and you're playing perfect football if you're Tonkawa.
I'd have to agree with you there too, especially from the Pocola side. Not quite sure they knew what they were getting into. Again, this is a team they haven't seen before, I don't think, ever. And if they have, it's been in a playoff predicament like this, and it's been 20 years plus. So definitely not you haven't seen them enough in the past to know what you're getting into or to know how to prep for them. The only way to prep for a team like Tonkawa is to watch their game film and to really study what it is they're doing schematically on the offense and on the defense, and even at times on the special team side of the ball. I thought Pocola came in fairly strong-headed at first. They put together what looked like a fairly decent first drive, even though they stalled out. Their defense seemed to hold strong for the most part against Tonkawa. They were playing a lot of that bend but don't break defense, trying to what seemed like keep everything in front of them and not let nothing get behind them. The only issue they had there was letting the running backs get into the secondary and build that head of steam. Once those Tonkawa running backs get to that secondary and they get to that second level, if those linebackers don't put a full body on that running back is going to break off of that tackle or carry that tackle right into the end zone for 6. So I definitely believe that Tonkawa took advantage once they saw that, and basically took the bull by the horns, and said, we're going to control this game. We're going to control the tempo. We're going to control the pace. Got out to that lead early and didn't look back. And if we know anything about this Todd Harmon-led Tonkawa Buccaneer team, is they really don't seem to come alive until the second half.
Yeah, the second half is when they really start running away with things.
Yeah, they really get it going. They really get they get into their flow. They get their momentum. Everything starts clicking just right. The defense starts to feed off the offense. The offense feeds off the defense. The crowd starts to get into it. They feed off the crowd. Once the Tonkawa crowd gets into it, it's game over.
Oh yeah, I was when I was at that Tonkawa Minko game. There were a couple of people in the stands telling everyone to get loud and everything. So they were getting loud and cheering on that and then cheering on those boys. And it's been 7 years since Tonkawa has won a state championship in football, so they're hungry for another one.
It's funny you mentioned that because the last time they won the state championship, I actually showed up to that game in Stillwater, and that was amazing to see. It was their first championship since the year right after I graduated. They won it in 2009. And that was really their first championship since then. At that point, like it had been 8-9 years since they had won one, right? So, like, and Tonkawa's not used to that though. Tonkawa's not used to going 7-8 years no championships, right? I mean, if you look at them in the 90s, I think they won it in like 91, 93, 95, 96. Then they won it in 98, 99. And then they won it in 01. And then after that, they didn't win it until, I believe it was like 05. And then they won it in 09. And then after 09, they didn't win it again until, what was that, 19? Right before COVID?
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, right before COVID hit.
And then now and then they won it, or they're looking to win it again. So
if they make it to state, they're gonna win it because Tonkawa is a force to be reckoned with. I don't see how any other team can in Class A can beat Tonkawa.
Right. I mean, again, I think if Rejoice Christian gets there, Rejoice Christian and Tonkawa is going to be a dogfight. That's not going to be a walkover for anybody. Again, Rejoice Christian being one of those Christian schools, even though they're one of the smaller ones. The Christian schools always seem to be tough, no matter where they're at, no matter what state they're in. When you talk high school football and you talk about teams you don't want to play, a lot of the teams you don't want to play are the Christian schools.
Oh yeah,
because that's, I mean, they have a little bit of that money to pay their program so they can get the better coaches, right? They can get the better teachers, the better instructors, the better, whatever. So you always hear, I don't want to play this school or that school, and it's usually linked to a Christian school or a private school.
and Tonkawa's only loss this season was a non-conference game at Stroud, and they lost 18-13. So
right. And Stroud is playing tonight. Actually, yeah, they're playing tonight. Let's see what their score is. I know they're playing tonight.
looks like they trail 16-14 to Adair.
Yep. 8 16-14. So, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Stroud in that one is in for a dogfight. Adair is always tough. But Stroud's good too. Stroud hasn't been a walkover team this season for anybody.
And Stroud's only loss was their first game of the season against Chandler, and 13-8.
Right. Yeah. See, and Chandler, I think, is a higher up 2A or a 3A school.
Yeah, Chandler's 3A.
So see, yeah, there you go. When your only loss is a class above you, like what do you expect? You don't expect to go a class above you and actually beat those guys. So when you go a class above you and you're within a touchdown, that's a good day.
Most definitely, that is a good day. Yes.
I mean, that's any class going class A to class 2A, class 2A to 3A, 3A to 4A. Sometimes you'll see one of them 4A teams wander out and play a 6A team. And it's like, why? You're going to get beat? Well, because they want to see if they can compete. And some of those 4A teams, I think there's been times that Guthrie has competed pretty good with a 6A school.
And speaking of 6A schools, according to Max Preps, Bixby is one of the highest ranking high school teams in the nation.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Bixby is really good at football, don't get me wrong, but like Max Preps has them ranked like in the top 25 nationally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, national rank they're 16, and Oklahoma rank they're number 1. So and it looks like they play Owasso tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, and I knew one of the games tomorrow was Owasso. I wasn't sure who they were playing. So
speaking of Owasso, their men's basketball team was not that. I mean, they're really good apparently. Well, Ponca City's just really bad because I saw that the final score was like 82-6. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
So we're just sitting here kind of waiting for this second half to kick off. So we got a little bit of downtime. Waiting to see. Just trying to see if any other games went live on NFHS before. When I say went live, go back to their second half before we do. But it looks like we're getting ready to go back live on the NFHS side of things. Tonkwall Bucks are back on the field, huddled up. Yeah, Pocola doesn't even look like they've come out of the locker room yet. And Tonkwall's, their team's on the sideline, and there comes Pocola. There they are. Finally back out on the field. Like Tonkwall was already on the sideline, and their team was all huddled up and coming out on the field, ready for the kickoff. And Pocola was just coming out of the locker room or off the bus, whatever they do when they're. I don't know if Catoosa let them use the locker rooms or if they had to go back to their buses for halftime.
Huh.
But some schools won't let you use the locker rooms, and you have to go sit on the bus for halftime.
That's crazy. I mean, why would they not let them use the locker rooms? That's
Yeah, but it's been known to happen.
Well, it looks like Lincoln Christian leads Heritage Hall 14-7 at halftime, and Sulphur is just whooping Perkins Tyrone 22-0.
Yep. I'm just waiting for the YouTube feed to actually start. They got this freaking these half done ads for Squirtle that they're playing. Like these ads, when you look at them, they're really, when it comes to the graphics, when it comes to like the scripting, like they're no effort at all.
Yeah, that's what you expect from a low budget streaming service.
Well, but that's funny though, because me and my business partner, that's what we run, is basically a low budget streaming service. And we're looking at doing advertising, and our ads are going to be a little more put together than that. I mean, they may only be graphics and some words, but they're going to be like colors are going to make sense. Wording is going to make sense. It's going to be me or him or somebody else that we know cutting it, not just somebody from New York.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like Pasca only trails Rejoice Christian by 2. It's 14-12.
still 14-12. They've been locked up there for a little bit.
Yeah, and Pasca's 11-1. So, I mean,
See, Pahuska's pretty good this year too. Then,
well, I mean, like I said earlier, Tonkwall played Pasca in the regular season, and Tonkwall whooped them like 32-8. And so that was Pasca's only loss. So, I mean,
I didn't see what happened because I was looking at some other scores and other things and waiting for the YouTube stream. But Tonkwall got the ball. So Tonkwall has the ball at their own 45-yard line right now and handed it off across midfield, first down into Indian territory. Marking down at like looks like the 44-yard line. So I don't know if I thought Pocola was supposed to get it to start the second half. And so they must have fumbled it or something. I was sitting here waiting for the YouTube stream to start it back up, and for whatever reason, it's still on.
Traveling down. Find a career.
Still on ads. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of having trouble with this too. I mean,
so I'm watching the NFHS feed on my phone. For what it's worth.
On the phone. That'll bring up second down and 8 for the Buccaneers.
Until the YouTube stream starts, I'll just have it right here on my phone beside me. Scorebug's still not working on the NFHS side. Kind of irritates me because I paid for the monthly subscription service for that. I'm getting the feed, but I'm not getting the score, the down, the quarter, the time. Nothing. Third and $7. This is the thing, if you're running a low budget streaming service too, you know how to cut back to the game when the game goes live. Not miss 3 minutes of a drive. You know? Like they're literally still playing, like am I wrong, or are they still just playing ads?
my end, they're just still playing ads. So
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm even going in and refreshing the stream to make sure. Like, yeah, no, they're still just playing ads, which is crazy to me because the OSSAA gave them permission to stream.
Exactly.
So why would they shut them down after the first half and make them run ads the rest of the time? Doesn't make no sense. Luckily, I paid for the stream, but Tonkwall still got the ball. And the Tonkwall crowd is definitely louder than Pocola's at this point.
That's not a surprise.
But if we're looking across the field at Pocola, Pocola might have 50 or 60 people in their stands.
Yeah.
And Tonkwall sounds like they've probably got like 200 to 300. If not more. Like every time they run to the near side of the field and you hear any cheering, that's the Tonkwall crowd cheering. You're not hearing Pocola crowd at all. So whatever you're hearing on your side, I'm not sure, but it's all Tonkwall crowd. End zone touchdown, Tonkwall Buccaneers.
Was that a run or a pass? Because I'm still on it.
Run. That was number 22.
Oh.
Lucas Keefe. Yep. For the touchdown, and that was about a 28-yard touchdown run, putting the Bucs up 23-6. And Got the Tonkwall band hyping up the crowd. Extra point is good.
Yeah, maybe it's on Tonkawa's side because I just tried to refresh this and it's still on ads.
Oh, wait. What the fuck? Okay, evidently. Oh, they're still at halftime. My bad. For some reason, the thing had restarted, so I was watching the first quarter. No, they're still at halftime.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so Pocola came out late, I guess, to start the game. I didn't realize the stream had restarted. See, NFHS has been having all kinds of different issues, and I didn't realize that game had restarted.
Oh, okay. I was about to go. I was about to get a little anxious. I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, but even then, for them to still be just running ads, and not coming back to the video, like that's not how you run even a low budget streaming service. Like, because the fans sit here and do this and be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on?" Check in on the Sand Springs Choctaw game. See if they're at halftime or in the second quarter. Or looking like they're coming back. Maybe.
I know in my experience as a TV guy, I love being around him. My son, who's coached here, he would go in and James is the NEO junior college coach. And he said, Dad, Alex was treating me like I was from home state. He always had an NEO helmet. I'd given him the title.
Looks like the Sand Springs Choctaw game is getting ready to start the third quarter. Sand Springs up 8-14.
Pocola game is back on. Stay stopped running ads.
There it is. I'll turn that game down. I'll keep this right now on that Sandites game. Just because that one seems to be interesting. It's a little bit higher class football. Pocola should get the ball here to start the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're expecting anyway.
That's exactly what will happen. And that'll be a touchback.
Yes, sir.
All right, now this is where if you're Tonkawa, you wanna hunker down. You wanna put the throat and just put Pocola away here.
Totals up on Broken Bow, 28-14. Lincoln Christian Heritage Hall still marked at halftime. Third quarter, 22-0 Sulphur over Still. Oh, score bug went wrong with Washington OCS. Stroud's up 22-16 in the third quarter over Adair now.
Well, Pocola's receiver just dropped the pass, and he was open on a slant route, and spotted where he can go before he cut the ball.
28-20 Fairland over Tallahena. Hominy up 16-7 over Allen.
screen pass, and gets about 7 yards.
Oh, it looked incomplete there for a minute. But still third down here for the Indians.
It looks like we got a funky wide receiver thing going on. But 4 wide receivers out to the right, kind of in a, I don't know what that is. Now they look like they got a little diamond formation going on, kind of.
Yeah, as they shift them.
That's going to be a
Screen.
false start on Pocola.
Yep. Trying to get into position for a screen pass and took off a little too early there. Motion.
Couldn't tell if that was complete or not because of the scoreboard in the way.
Yep, could not tell at all.
Looks like it was incomplete because it's 4th down.
Yep. Says 4th down on the scoreboard, so that was incomplete.
Looks like Pocola's going to punt it.
And not the way Pocola wants to start out, getting the ball to start the second half and
Definitely
punt it
not.
away.
Especially with that kind of punt. You only punt it to like the 50-yard line.
Oh,
And
wow. Well, yeah,
you give,
got to the 48, returned by the Buccaneers to the 44-yard line before he's drugged down. So Tonkwall starts with the ball in Indian territory. Choctaw with the ball, breaks a big run, 15 yards first down. As Choctaw trails by 4 with 10.5 to go in the third quarter. Vians
Tonkwall
is now
beautiful
14-0
field
over
position.
Davis. Excuse me. Ugh. Keefe seems to be taking the reins tonight at running back for the Buccaneers.
Hand off to their wide receiver, running back, whatever.
Jet sweep.
And, jet sweep. There you go.
Ate up by the defense.
This could also be where Tonka was just trying to burn some clock.
Well, yeah, they want to see if they can burn some clock, and they want to see how successful they can be with the run. Because if they can be successful with it, then they're just going to stick with it until Pocola figures out how to shut it down.
Deep pass to the end. Oh, he just overthrows his man.
That was a nice pass, though, and had him in stride, too.
Yeah, just had him in stride. It's just put too much mustard on.
If you're the quarterback, you're almost asking your receiver at that point, why didn't you just lay out? If you would have laid out, you would have caught that.
Yeah. And they're going for it. 4th and 5.
Give me just a second here.
No, they're punting it.
For some reason, I do seem to be like 10 or 15 seconds behind you still. Probably because of where I'm at compared to where you're at.
Hey, don't you still live in Nevada or something?
downed it at the 5-yard line.
But they placed it at the 18-yard line.
Wait, okay, so I guess it went out of bounds. That's what they said. They said out of bounds at the 18. Okay. I didn't see that, but
I didn't see that either.
they're there. We're at home. That's why they get paid. We don't.
Yeah.
That's why we do this for free.
Oh, that's a good screen pass by Pocola.
Yeah, it was. And good read by the Tonkwall defense, though, but he breaks a tackle. There was a flag, I think, in the backfield, though. Yes, there was. Good eyes, Casey. And it looked like that's going to be in the way in that nasty area of Oakland and Holden. Well, I guess now it'd be that nasty neighborhood of Los Angeles, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Or of Las Vegas.
So, personal foul on the offense.
Oh. Another illegal blindside block, this time on Pocola. Half the distance to the goal. First down. But now instead of 1st and 10 at the 28,
It's 1st and a mile.
First and they're going to say 15 at the 10. I think they're off on that. That should be like 1st and 26 or 28 at the 10.
There's another flag, it looks like.
That player was still in motion when he snapped the ball, I believe. You have to set for at least a second. Unless you're motioning to take the handoff. When you're motioning over to line up on the other side, you have to set for like at least 1 second, I believe.
It was a legal shift, and Tonkwall declined the penalty.
So that's, yeah. That's what that is. The player went from one side of the formation to the other and didn't set his feet for a second before the ball was snapped. Illegal shift. Long pass and caught by the Pocola receiver at the 40-yard line, giving Pocola room to breathe and a first down. Clock still ticking, though. 8:43 to go here in the third quarter. Tonkwall still on top 17-6 if you're just joining. Pocola with a little more offensive drive here in this second drive of the half. Oh, incomplete pass intended for number 6 of Pocola. $8:18 to go on the clock. 2nd and 10. If you're Pocola here, you really want a touchdown here.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Field goal really does you no good.
No, it doesn't.
But that means you got to go for a 2-point conversion against this Tonkwall defense. There's a little quick flip pass ahead, and he's finally stopped after a gain of, we'll say, 3. It'll be 3rd and like 7, we'll say.
Anything less than a touchdown for Pocola is just not going to do it. And you got to score touchdowns against Tonkwall. You can't kick field goals.
Yeah, no, you cannot. Absolutely.
Deep pass, and there's a flag.
There's his deep throw. Nope. Out of bounds. And a flag. They're going to call that probably pass interference by the reaction in Catoosa.
Yeah.
Because that reaction you're hearing, that's Tonquah fans from the Tonquah sideline. Yep. Passer. Hear that reaction?
Yeah, I heard it.
That was all Tonquah going, no, don't think so. That'll give Pocola another first down.
That'll back it up another 5.
And Pocola gets the penalty and backs it up. Tonquah gives you 15. Pocola gives back 5. Not quite sure the thought process there, but 7:23 to go here in the third quarter.
And he gets stuffed for about maybe for no gain, actually.
That doesn't look like they're giving him anything on the game there. It'll be 2nd and 15. Hominy up on Allen, 22-14. Choctaw still trailing 18-14 to Sand Springs.
And Pocola got to get going. The clock is ticking.
Broken Bow 21, Tuttle 35 now in the third quarter. Elgin 42-6 now over Cushing. Lincoln Christian 21-7 over Heritage Hall now. Sulphur 29-0 over Perkins Tryon. 28-21 Jones over Marlowe. 26-14 OCS trailing Washington.
Raise your organization to a higher level of success. So
as they go to commercial break. That's some other scores around Oklahoma semifinal playoff action tonight. With one matchup, the 6A, it's either 1 or 2 championship going on tonight. It's the only championship going on tonight other than what happened earlier where Ryan ended up winning the Class C title over Medford 60-30. For Ryan to take their first football championship home and first ever boys state title home. They have one girls state title and now they have a boys state title.
That now Pocola
Hey,
has
it's at Flash Media Sports. Anybody who likes some combat sports, maybe even a little bit of softball, football, things like that, going over to Flash Media Sports. You get your boxing and your Muay Thai feel. Tonquah up right now, 17-6. Over Pocola in the third quarter. Referee stop action.
Yeah, Pocola has it 3rd and 5 at the Buccaneer 37-yard line.
Pocola putting together a little bit of an offensive drive on their second drive of the second half. After their first drive of the second half, coming out of the locker room, stalled out, but so did the Buccaneers.
And that's going to be a first down a little more for Pocola on that
Nice
pass.
pass. Drugged down after a good game. Nice game there to the 22-yard line. Just outside of the red zone is the Pocola Indians. This is the first time we've seen them this close to the end zone since early on in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely. I mean, if you're Pocola, you want to score here. If you don't score here, then you're in a deeper hole than you were, right?
Nice rollout by the quarterback. Finds his receiver wide open. Spins out of bounds at the 8-yard line. That's going to be 1st and goal. Pocola Indians now on the doorstep, looking to punch it in. Again, you love Muay Thai, boxing, combat sports, really anything sports. Head on over to Flash Media Sports.
He bobbles the catch, and
let's see.
Okay, that's just terrible.
That was a nice catch, but he got stuffed immediately by that defense too. Oh, and then he drove though. Nice your feet driving by the Pocola Indian running back. Brought down at the 1-yard line is where they're marking the ball.
If I'm Tonkwall's coach, I'm talking to my defense after this drive because that stuff like that just can't happen. I mean, you stuff them at the line and you let them drive for a couple more yards.
Play man coverage and stuff 8 in the box here.
And he's quarterback rolls out and scores a touchdown.
Chase him down. Nope, and he scampers into the end zone. Touchdown, Pocola. And now all of a sudden, 17-12. Tonkwall still on top. 4:07 to go in the third. An extra point here, and you're within 4. Another touchdown for Pocola unanswered, and Pocola now will lead by 3. But that's asking a lot of that Pocola defense, if we're being honest here tonight, Colin.
Yeah.
Asking them to stop Tonkwall from getting into the end zone.
Yeah, but Pocola's defense needs to make a stop. If Tonkwall's all fired up, their crowd's fired up, and if their defense doesn't make a stop, then he drops the 2-point conversion, and so the score is at 5 now. It's 17-12.
Oh, bad break there for the Indians, as he had him wide open in the end zone.
Oh yeah, he did.
You couldn't be any more wide open than it was when he threw it to Jesus up in the stands earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy up there was wide open too. But Pahuska 26, Rejoice Christian 28, Fairland 31, Tallahena 26, Hominy 28, Allen 14. Some other scores across the state. Choctaw still down 14-18 to Sand Springs. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Class 6A1 title game. Broken Bow title. No, I think that might be. I'm not sure. I'll look here in a minute. Elgin's up 42-6 over Cushing. Lincoln Christian 21-7 right now over Heritage Hall.
Really? Heritage Hall's getting whooped. Wow.
9-0, still Perkins trailing. Jones now up 36-21. And Washington up 26-14. Stroud up 28-16 over Adair. Vian now up 21-0 over Davis. A game that went 0-0 well into the third quarter. Now Vian has dropped off 21 points in the second half and looking to send Davis home a game shy of the championship. Ooh, nice return by the Buccaneers up near the 40-yard line where the Buck offense will take over. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bucks up 5.
Now, not only do you want to score if you're Tonkwall, but you want to burn as much clock as you can to run this down to maybe about a minute left in the third quarter. Little run. He stays on his feet, gets a couple more yards. Good job keeping his balance. Now it's second and 2. Now there's a whistle right when the ball was snapped. There's a flag. And it's going to be encroachment on Tonkwall.
Yeah, that's what I was scared of.
But for all historic of a good football program Tonkwall is, I'm surprised they have those little mental mistakes.
Right. Yeah, you don't see that very often, especially when they've made a run this deep into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Big third down here for the Bucks.
Yeah. Even if you don't get it, if you get it to like a 4th and 1, you still might be able to go for, Pocola just stuffs them.
Yes, they did. And you go from 3rd and 4 to 4th and about 5, maybe even 6. I don't think he made it back to the line of scrimmage there.
4th and 7 is what they're calling it.
Okay.
And they're going to punt it.
You're a pooch punt here.
Takes a Buccaneer roll.
Down to the 20, the 15, and down at the 15-yard line. And that's where Pocola will take it over down 5. So Pocola's defense stands firm and is going to, now their offense looks to try to make this an interesting game. A touchdown here, and you're talking Tonkwall trailing 3 going into the fourth quarter, possibly 2 or 3, depending on if they go for the extra point or the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davis loses 0-21 to Vian. Vian moves on. Rejoice Christian 28 plus.
Contact brings the blitz. The quarterback is scrambling and. Oh, wait, is it intercepted? No.
Nope. No, it is. They said, wait, no, he acted like it was.
Yeah, the Tonkwall sideline thought it was too, but
no, evidently not. As Pocola offense stays on the field, the refs are talking about it. Okay.
another little screen pass.
But nicely read by the Tonkwall defense as well.
There's about under a minute left to play in the third quarter.
Third down here for Pocola. It's a big third down here for Pocola. There's a snap. Handoff. He gets tripped. No, the quarterback kept it and ate the sack. He would have been better off handing it off.
Tonkwall's defense just that's what needed to happen if you're a Tonkwall. You needed to make that stop right there. If you would have let Pocola drive down the field again like they did last drive, that would have been that would be a problem for Tonkwall.
Here's a punt.
It's a good little return.
Picked up. He's coming to the near side. He's got blockers in front of him. Carries a defender with him, and he's down at about they're going to mark him down at the 35-yard line. And
right.
Tonkwall is going to have a short field to work with on offense.
3 seconds left to play in the third quarter. If I'm Tonkwall, I'm running the ball to kill the clock and then head to the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Lincoln Christian still up 21-7. Sulphur 29-8 now over Perkins in the fourth. Marlowe down 42-21 to Jones in the fourth quarter now. Washington up 34-14 over OCS in the fourth. Stroud up 28-22 in the fourth over Adair. Vian did beat Davis 21-0. Final. Of course, you got this one here, 17-12 still. End of the third quarter. Rejoice Christian Pasca 28-26, fourth quarter. Fairland 38, Tallahena 26, still in the third. Hominy 36, Allen 14, still in the third. Choctaw 14, Sand Springs 18, still in the third.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of...
Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
All right. So friend is on the YouTube channel. We're talking about the All right, fourth quarter just started. It's 2nd and 7 for Pocola. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7 for Tonkawa. There's a screen pass. Gets about 5 yards, 4 yards on the play. That'll be they're calling it 4th and 7.
All right, so Tonkawa goes for it on 4th down. And incomplete. Turns it over.
If you're Tonkawa, I mean, you got to realize you didn't score in the 3rd quarter. And you didn't convert on that 4th down. And so you're kind of basically just leaning on your defense here to make yet another stop so you can get the ball back and try to score again.
Tonkawa seems pretty okay with leaning on the defense, though. Their defense has stood strong all season long in tough conditions. So that was an incomplete pass. Brings up 2nd and 10 for Pocola.
Another deep ball. And he just overthrows his man. And that was some tight coverage, too. Their corner was right on him. It's 3rd and 10 for the Indians. At their own 31-yard line.
This is the thing. Both offenses so far in the second half have pretty much stalled out.
Right? And that's what's kind of surprising me. Especially, it's hit and it hit the ground, so it's not intercepted. But
it's been all on the defenses to hold up against the offenses in the second half.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to whose defense breaks first, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because all Pocola needs is one lapse in defensive judgment by Tonkawa, and they're back in this game with the lead. There's the punt from Pocola. They'll mark it out at the 33-yard line. Buccaneers will take over on their own 33.
Yep.
Fairland 38, Talahina 34 in the 4th quarter. Hominy 44, Allen 14 in the 4th.
Man.
Sand Springs 18, Choctaw 14, still in the 4th quarter, though. Broken Bow 28, Tuttle 35. Rounding toward the end of the 3rd. Elgin 49, Cushing now 6. And still a 21-7 hold. Lincoln Christian over Heritage Hall. Jones 42-21 over Marlowe in the fourth quarter. Washington 34-20 in the fourth quarter over OCS. Stroud and Adair now all tied up 28-28 in the fourth.
Oh, what's Tonka's quarterback doing?
Fumble, but nice pickup. He gets some blocks on the outside. Tries to throw it, but it's out of bounds, luckily in the vicinity of number 4. And that should not be intentional grounding. Let's see what the flag's about, though. Could be holding. The play drug out so long. Your offensive line tend to hold when a play drags that long and the quarterback has the ball that long.
Yeah, and the officials are discussing it, see what it is. They're still discussing it.
Now they're playing the Jeopardy music.
That's funny. And it looks like it's on Tonkawa by the reaction. Yep, they're backing him up.
Intentional grounding. I don't quite understand that. Number 4 was within the vicinity.
And now it's 3rd and, 20?
3rd and 22. Like how? I would like a better explanation on that. I'm sure the Tonkawa coaches would too.
Oh, yeah.
They all pointed to number 4, and number 4 walked right away from where the ball went.
He catches the ball. He's got the first down and more. That is, man.
Pocola in a defensive lapse. Talking about which defense breaks first, and Pocola lapsed right there in their call. Fell asleep a little bit.
Yeah. Good Tonkawa, you're wiping the sweat off your brow, and you're just getting that sigh of relief because that was a hole they were in right there.
Now you get number 22 in the backfield, and you go to this pure run until Pocola can stop it.
Exactly.
All you needed was one first down, and now you can do most of the running with number 22 because he'll get 3 to 4 yards every down, and that's all you need.
Yeah, at this point, you just keep running the ball. You force Pocola to use their timeouts
and force them to stop your run.
Yeah.
22 is not easy to stop. Almost puts you in the mindset of a smaller version of Jake Love.
Yeah, 22 is a big dude. Oh, he's breaking free. 15-10. Spin moves the 5, and he's down at the 1-yard line.
That was a direct snap to the wide receiver, number 4. And Pocola had no chance to read it at all.
This goes back to what you were saying before. Which defense is going to break first? And I had a feeling it was going to be Pocola's defense, and it is.
This touchdown right here, if you do get this touchdown and Pocola doesn't somehow come up with a defensive stand right here, a goal line stand, that's the proverbial nail in the coffin. Give it to number 22 into the end zone. Touchdown. Tonkawa takes a commanding lead with just under 8 minutes to go. 23-12. And you go for 2 here. Why not?
Well, by 2, and then you go up by 2 touchdowns.
And field goal still puts you up by 12.
Yeah.
I feel better at 13 though. With 7:57, I feel better, way better at 25-12 than I do 24-12.
Wide open, and there's a 2-point conversion.
Right off of my tongue and into the ears of the receiver. There it is, 25-12. And you feel a little better there. That's not 14, but that means they've got to get at least an extra point.
Mm-hmm.
First off, they've got to score. And they ain't been able to do that but once this quarter and once in the first quarter. So, I mean, the camera even scrolls down and looks at the Tonkawa side, and you can see how much more fans are there on the Tonkawa side compared to when they go way up and you see the Pocola side. And it's one little section of the Pocola side all the way up and down that's kind of full. But it's the whole entire stands up and down in Catoosa on the Tonkawa side. Well, there are some more fans that have filled in now for Pocola since the last time they showed. They might have 100 fans over there on that side. Kickoff for Tonkawa taken at the 8-yard line. Taken down at about the 27. That's where Pocola's offense will take over with 7:50 remaining in the game.
Yeah, if you're Buccaneers, you're kind of in a panic situation right now because you're down by 13 with 7:50 left to play.
And if you're Tonkawa's defense, you set back a little bit here, and you keep everything in front of you because you know they're going to go to the air.
Yeah.
They can afford to go on the ground. They don't have time to go on the ground.
No, they do not.
And here comes the blitz by Tonkawa. He finds his receiver, though, at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of about 6. Be 2nd and 4. They're going to say 2nd and 3.
There's another terrible screen pass. Wait. Are they saying that's a fumble?
Wait. Yeah, they didn't say it was dead. And if so, that's a touchdown Tonkawa. We'll see what the officials officially call it. But if so, that's the game right there, too.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, you knew they were going to talk about it. Was that a ladder? Was that a forward pass? Or was that a lateral? That's what that comes down to. If that even went an inch forward, it's incomplete. Right now, it looks like it's 31-12. And it looks like it is a touchdown.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's...
They said that was a lateral. Live ball. Tonkawa picked it up, took it to the house. Touchdown. Makes it 31-12. And just like that, Tonkawa pretty much with 7:15 left in the game will stamp their way in to the Class A1 Division Finals.
The extra point's no good, but that doesn't really matter because it's 31-12 Tonkawa.
Yeah, now it's a 19-point lead, and you really feel good. Rejoice Christian 42, Pawhuska 34 in the fourth quarter. That game is becoming a shootout. And that's who we'll see on the other side is Rejoice or Pawhuska. Their fans have got to be keeping an eye on this game and seeing how Pocola is lighting it up off of little mistakes in the second half and opening up the lead. It's got to scare either team on the other side of that.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna have to be thinking we need to play perfect football to beat these guys.
All four quarters.
Exactly. Yes.
You have to put together, and that's the thing that's been all year long when you go to play Tonkwall, you got to put together 4 quarters of football in order to play them and compete with them. If you don't play a full 4 quarters and a good 4 quarters, then you have no chance.
Exactly.
Hey, but being a Tonkwall alumni, that's the way I like it to be. Don't give them a chance from the minute they step off the bus.
Well, if you're Pocola, you're just kind of licking your wounds, trying to figure out something you can do, try to score quickly or something, because
You got to go. You got to go 12 formation or 13 formation from here on out, though.
yeah.
Two tight ends and a wide receiver. And he went up for it. And it looks like it's incomplete. .709 on the clock. Tuttle 42, Broken Bow 28 in the fourth quarter. Elgin 49, Cushing 6. Lincoln Christian 28, Heritage Hall 7 in the fourth. Sulphur 35, Perkins 8. Washington 41, OCS 20, Stroud 28, Adair 34 now. Adair holding the lead over Stroud in the fourth quarter.
And Pocola's throwing all these short passes, and they're getting incomplete. That one was batted down, but I mean,
right?
You want to throw a little bit more further down the field if you're Pocola.
6:48 left on the clock. Short passes only work if you're throwing them to the sideline and your guy's getting out of bounds.
Yeah.
Short plays in bounds, keep the clock rolling, and the clock is not in your favor if you're Pocola.
No, it is not. You're in deep trouble if you're Pocola. And they almost get to the quarterback, but it's incomplete.
Nice rush by the defense.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to get to him every time. Ooh, Jones up now 48-21 in the fourth quarter. Washington 41-20 OCS. Adair 34-28 over Stroud right now. All of these games in the fourth quarter, approaching somewhere around probably the 7-minute mark or so. Even the ones that say they're in the third quarter, I'm pretty sure by now are probably in the fourth. Squirtle sometimes takes a little while to update their scores and what quarter it is.
Yeah, and Tonkwall just ran that quarterback right out of bounds, and now it's 4th and 10 for Pocola, and you got to know that they're going for it. I mean, you can't punt it.
Unless Pocola's throwing in the towel at this point and just trying to get back to the bus.
Right, but doesn't look like that. And it's incomplete, and Tonkwall will take over on downs.
Want to take a wild gander at what Tonkwall's about to do on offense?
They're about to run the ball and kill the clock. That's what they're about to do.
Number 22, Keith, in the backfield.
Yeah.
They're going to put number 4 out there.
They're in the Wildcat.
As well. And they put 4 back there as well as some dressing.
And there's a
flag by the wide receiver up to the 27. But yep, there is a flag down. I didn't see it get thrown. But...
Goes on Pocola. It's a personal foul.
Oh. Out of distance. Takes it to the 15-yard line. Inside the 15-yard line.
Tonkwall only has 2 wide receivers, so you know they're going to run the ball. And that's exactly what they do, right up the middle. So about a 2-yard gain.
Keeps the clock moving. Under 6 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
Second and 7. By the time they take the snap here, they'll probably be under 5.5, closer to 5:15 left.
And there's another flag.
That looks like it's in the area of holding, though. Looks like I might be holding offense.
It looks like it's on Tonkwall.
Yep. It's all right.
Another run right up the middle.
Nice run that time. Lincoln Christian 28, Heritage Hall 7, final. Sulphur 35, Perkins Tryon 8, final. Marlowe 21, Jones 48 in the fourth quarter. Washington 41, OCS 20 in the fourth quarter. Adair 34, Stroud 34, fourth quarter. We know the final Vian 21, Davis 0 from earlier. Of course, you got this one here, 31-12 still.
Mm-hmm.
Rejoice Christian 42, Pawhuska 34, fourth quarter. Fairland 38, Tallahena 34, probably in the fourth quarter. It says third. Final 44-21, Hominy over Allen. Sand Springs 25, Choctaw 20, fourth quarter. Tuttle 42, Broken Bow 28, fourth quarter. Elgin 52-6 right now, late in the fourth. But Lincoln Christian defeating Heritage Hall 28-7.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That'll be one that'll be talked about for probably.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Heritage Hall wasn't favored going into that game like they normally would be. But I would have thought by all means Heritage Hall turns out nothing but D1 players. So
And Pocola takes over on downs from their own 9-yard line with 3.5 left to play in the game.
yeah, 3.5 left to play. They're just throwing up a prayer at this point to try to get any points on the board they can to make this look better than it is.
The quarterback drops the snap. And it's Tonkwall's ball.
Nerves get to the quarterback, and Tonkwall takes over in the red zone, first and goal. So they give Pocola the ball, and they take it right back. No. Wait a minute. That's our ball. 34-34, Adair and Stroud tied up right now. That's going to be the next one to watch and see who can pull it out. I have a feeling Rejoice Christian is going to run it out against Pawhuska 42-34 right now in the fourth quarter.
And
Victory
it's
formation.
another Buccaneer touchdown.
Oh, it looked like victory formation, but they hand it off to Keith, and he rumbles his way into the end zone. So why not 7 more? Makes it 37-12. Bucks all over Pocola now. Just a second, I'm going to take a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay. And it looks like Tonkwall is going for 2 because why not? And the 2-point conversion is no good.
But it still remains 37-12, so no biggie either way. 3:25 left in the game. Score is 37-12. Tonkwall over Pocola. Right now, it looks like Tonkwall will be playing Rejoice Christian, but there's still some time left in that Pawhuska Rejoice game.
Yeah, Pocola's down by 4 touchdowns.
Yep. 48-21, Jones over Marlowe, too. They decided they were tired. I had them in there playing, and then they.
He's good. He's good. He's happy now. So we're trying to get Big Mo's up figured out and everything. We're trying.
Yeah, see, but it just went final. Rejoice Christian 42, Pahuska 34. So Tonkwall, Rejoice Christian. That should be. Didn't they announce that's at UCO?
Yeah, it's going to be the state championship game is going to be at UCO.
So that'll be in Edmond. Tonkwall and Rejoice Christian for the Class A1 championship.
The kickoff goes out of bounds.
I'm not sure they'll let Tonkwall stream that one, but it will be on NFHS, and I will be watching that game. So we may do another thing like this, but I just crank my TV up and we'll listen to it and react to it as we hear it.
I'll probably be at the game.
If you're not at the game. If you're at the game, then I may do a watching thing and check in with you once in a while via your phone.
All right. It's another little screen pass by Pocola, and that loses 2 yards.
Yeah, the Tonkwall defense has been swallowing up this Pocola offense all night long. I have a feeling, though, this championship game is going to be a dogfight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I honestly wish I could make that game.
I thought it was intercepted, but it is not.
Incomplete pass. That brings up third down with 2:49 on the clock.
It's 3rd and 12. And that's another incomplete pass.
So that'll bring up 4th down here for Pocola with 2:46 on the clock. But see, even at this point, though, if you're Tonkwall, you're still you take the ball back and you still try to produce something on offense because Pocola still got 3 timeouts.
Yeah. And I thought that pass was complete, but it is not. So it's a turnover on downs for Pocola.
Tonkwall takes it right there on their own, on the Pocola Indian side of the field. Let's see if they don't just line up in victory formation. I think if you're Pocola at this point, you don't use your 3 timeouts and you just let Tonkwall kneel this out. You're down 25. There's no way you're scoring 4 touchdowns to come back and win this.
Yeah.
None. Like, that is a 0% chance according to the AI analytics. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It will be Tonkwall versus Rejoice Christian Class A1 Championship. And then it'll be Hominy and I believe Fairland. Fairland and Tallahena were still going at it. We're waiting for a final on that one. Fairland 38, Tallahena 40 now. Tallahena on top. The winner of that game, I believe, is the one that will go on to play Hominy in the Class A2 championship next week at UCO.
First and 10, he hands it off. And about a 2-yard gain. Clock still ticking. Pocola hasn't taken a timeout yet.
Yeah, Cola's just going to let him run this one out.
Yeah.
No need to take a timeout. They know the AI analytics are even telling them they have a 0% chance to come back.
Exactly.
At this point, it's rolling on 15 till 10 o'clock. It's time to get back home. Delay of game, Tonkwall. Oopsies.
That doesn't really hurt him at all. And you're up at 25.
Our bad. We were trying to put a senior. It looked like they were trying to put a senior who hasn't gotten to play very much in on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Just so he could get to play.
Yeah. And they take the knee, and that's just about going to do it.
Yeah, they shouldn't even have to really snap it again unless the refs want to be a-holes about it. 40 seconds left. See what the ref's telling them. Yeah, I don't think they're going to make them snap it again.
Looks like they are.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they're telling them, okay, you got one more snap.
And that's that. Buccaneers headed to the Class A state championship.
And as a Tonkwall alum, that feels so good to once again be back in the state championship in football. And that's hopefully something that this coach will bring to Tonkwall more than just once every few years.
Yeah.
Hopefully the tradition of Tonkwall football gets reinstilled back into Tonkwall the way it used to be. And Tonkwall goes back to dominating whatever class they're in, whether it's A, 2A. But I don't see them going back up to 2A for a while.
Well, it's pretty much all Tonkwall in the second half.
And that's what it took, too. It took the second half to really seal the deal. Because even going in at halftime up 17-6, as a Tonkwall Bucks fan, you went, there are still too many ways that they could come back into this thing and win it. And even at 17-12, you went, oh no.
Yeah.
Could they be working a comeback? And then you got some offensive mistakes and even defensive mistakes from Pocola that really allowed you as Tonkwall to open up the game and seal the victory and seal your fate into the state championship game.
Exactly, yes.
So if you get there, if you can get to the game next week, let me know what your plans are. I'll probably set up another YouTube stream like this, and if maybe, I don't know, at halftime or something like that, you can check in through StreamYard, through the YouTube, and let us know what the atmosphere feels like there from the stadium.
Yeah.
Might be something we can do.
All right.
But I'm going to go ahead and end this thing and go eat me some dinner because the wife just walked in with what looks like some really good chicken. So,
All right. Well, you have a good night.
you too. Thank you guys for joining. I'm KC. He's calling KHLC Radio Network.